Thank you so much for joining us, Bhavin and Ashish, and taking us through your views in the markets and giving us a handful of ideas. But from there on, we move on to JBM Auto, which is also in focus today. The company has bagged government's e-bus orders worth 7,500 crore rupees. And my colleague Puneet Javeri caught up with Nishant Arya, Vice Chairman and MD of JBM Auto, and began by asking them about the details of the latest order and in terms of their execution plans. Listen in.
This order is very prestigious for us, and we'll be executing it in the next 12 to 18 months. The execution of the order would start as we speak in the beginning of the coming financial year itself, but the deliveries would start happening from Q4 of FY25, and within 18 months, so basically Q4 of this coming financial year and Q1 and Q2 of FY26, we'd be executing this order.
Great. Now, where will these buses be supplied to? Because as I understand that this comes under the PM E-Bus Seva Yojana, which covers roughly 160 plus cities in India. So could you just give us a view of the geographical exposure of this particular specific order?
So we'd be supplying these buses in about 20 cities across Maharashtra and Assam.
Okay, and just as per the PM E-Bus Seva, as they said that this is roughly 10,000 buses are procured under this particular scheme. I just wanted to ask how many are already tendered under this particular scheme on the industry level, and how many are specific to JBM Auto?
Right. So currently almost 2,000 buses, I believe, have been concluded. And out of close to 2,000 buses, 1,390 buses have been awarded to us.
What do you expect on the order wins for you and in this particular scheme? Do you expect the government to be proactive over the next year? Because as you know, we are getting into an election year. How do you expect procurement to continue in this particular scheme for the next financial year at least?
No, I think government is very proactive and very focused on this particular project, because this is going to cater to people across the country and in tier 2, tier 3 cities primarily. So I think that's a big focus area for them. And clearly, they would not like to really lose out on any opportunity of deploying these vehicles. So I think immediately after the elections are concluded, things would be taking off on this front as well. That's what I see as a likelihood.
Now, just to go back on what you said in the previous question, you said that a lot of these orders would be procured in Maharashtra in this particular specific order. Now, just to get your view on this particular scheme, it is to, develop the underdeveloped e-bus markets in India. How do you see the charging infrastructure of this particular segment going forward? Because as you will be also maintaining and as well as supplying these buses, where do you see going forward the newer cities getting added which have not been receiving these electric buses? And do you think the charging infra is already set up there, is in the process of setting up there? Just wanted to get your view on that.
Sure. So charging infrastructure, when we talk about the charger and the downstream charging infrastructure, is also part of our scope. So we'll be setting that up, and that becomes much easier when you're doing buses, because all the buses have specified parking locations in the bus depots and terminals. So therefore, that can be done very easily. And the upstream power infrastructure and other things are being driven by the central government Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, along with the respective states and cities.
Got it. And could you just throw some light on your current order book and how much is currently the electric vehicle buses as a percentage to the current order book?
So current order book is 100% electric, almost, I would say. And earlier we had an order book of about 5,000 buses, and this year we have executed between 1,000 to 1,500, which will be concluding end of this financial year, FY24. So from the previous order book, we'll be carrying forward about 3,500 plus buses. And the new order of 1,390 would take it to again about 5,000 odd buses as an opening for the next financial year.
Sorry, the 1390 buses would be included in this 5,000 or will be over and above that?
Included, as I explained, 3,500 plus the 1390 buses. That's what makes it close to 5,000. Again.
Correct. And previously you had mentioned that for FY24 you expect roughly 2,000 buses to be executed. I think currently you're mentioning a little lower number than that.
2,000 crores of top line is what I had given as a guidance. The number of buses ranged between 1,000 to 1,500.